Okay, in this video we're going to continue the whole process of solving linear equations, but in this context we have pronumerals on both sides. The past couple of videos has been all on one side. Now we've got, so say for instance this one we've got 5y equals 3y minus 2, and so we want to rearrange things so we've got all the letters on one side and you get to choose on the left or the right, and then you can continue the process as per normal to work out what that unknown value is. I always want to deal with positive values, and hopefully you can see this with the examples that I've got prepared for you today. Okay, so what we have here is 5y equals 3y minus 2. I do want y equals something in the end, okay? That's our goal. That's what we're wanting to work out. But the problem is we've got 3y on the right-hand side. And so we're wanting to move that across by subtracting 3y, okay? And because we're going to do it to one side, we're going to do the same thing to the other side, okay? So 5y minus 3y is left with 2y, and because 3y minus 3y is nothing, we're left with minus 2, okay? And we're back to this whole situation where 2y equals something. Your automatic response is to halve both sides. So let's do that. Divide both sides by 2, and we ended up getting y is equal to minus 1. So please remember that is a negative value, so please don't leave that out of your answer. Our next question here is 2x plus 3 equals 8 minus 3x. And as I said at the start, we want to have positive values. You do have the option to move the 2x to the right hand side, but to get rid of this positive 2x, we would need to subtract it, okay? Now, I want to show you that I would prefer to move the minus 3x to the left, and by doing that I want to add 3x to both sides because I want to deal with positive values, okay? So by doing that on the left, I need to do the same thing to the right. 2x plus 3x is equal to 5x. And for detail purposes, I'm going to rewrite everything. I don't want to jump or skip steps right now because I want to make sure that I know where I am up to, and everything that I lay out is methodical here. Okay, so now we're in a situation where we're quite familiar. All the pronumerals are on the one side. We've got no double ups on the right. Now we've got the option of getting rid of the 3 and then getting rid of the 5. Following Samdob, the 3 goes first, the 5 goes second, okay? To get rid of this positive 3, we're going to subtract 3 from both sides. So 5x is equal to 5. Lastly, to get rid of the 5, the relationship is multiplied to the x. So to do the opposite of multiply, we want to divide by 5, okay? And x is equal to 1. So there's our answer. All right. 2 more questions. We're involving brackets. Again, no different here. We're going to expand the brackets first, okay? Unpack your boxes, and that way you can know where to shuffle things around. So 5 times x is 5x. 5 times minus 2 is minus 10. Okay, now we are in a similar situation to the second example that we just did, and we want to move the pronumerals to one side of the equation, keeping things as positive as possible. So this 2x, I would like to move to the left by taking 2x from both sides, and therefore we end up having 3x minus 10 is equal to 5. we now have a negative 10, and then we have a 3, and in that particular order is how I'm going to be solving this question. So to get rid of the minus 10, we're going to add 10 to both sides. Okay, so what we have now is then 3x is equal to 15. And then lastly, to get rid of the 3, we want to divide both sides by 3. And therefore our final question or final answer to this linear equation is x is equal to 5. Okay. Moving on to the last question for today. We've got now 2 sets of brackets. So basically, you know, the complexity gets a little bit bigger each time, but the principles and the rules don't change, okay? You know how to expand brackets. You know how to follow SAMDOB. So we're going to be doing that. So let's expand both brackets, okay? And what we have is 3x plus 18 is equal to 8 minus 4x. So 3 times x is 3x, 3 times 6 is 18, 4 times 2 is 8, 4 times minus x is minus 4x. So we're back to this position where we're unpack the boxes or the brackets, and we're going to move one pronumeral to one side, making sure it's all positive. In this case, I want to move the minus 4x to the left by adding 4x, and obviously we have to do it to both sides of the equation to keep it balanced. 3x plus 4x is 7x. So I'm rewriting everything to make sure that I know what's going on. So we got 7x plus 18 equals 8, and the two numbers we need to eliminate is the 18, which will be first, and the 7, which is second. To get rid of the 18, we take away 18 from both sides. Okay, so 8 minus 18 is minus 10. So in terms of a direction and how you deal with negative numbers, again, please remember what's happening. It's not a positive 10, it's a negative 10 in this scenario. And on the left-hand side, we've got 7x. To get rid of the 7, we want to divide by 7. Okay, so divide by 7 to both sides. What we're left with is x is equal to minus 10 over 7. That's an improper fraction. It is negative. If you need it as a mixed number, then we've got minus 1 and 3 over 7. And then if we want as a decimal, then we've got negative 1.43, rounding off to 2 decimal places. Now in this scenario with that decimal value, you are more than welcome to use a calculator to solve that, but I do want you to know how to convert from one form to the other. Any questions? Let me know. Hopefully this helps. Have a great day. See you in the next video.